Now, I've often said this on the show, there are no secrets in Hollywood, as we all know. Eventually things come out, seemingly because, of course, you've got servants, managers, publicists, marketeers who've all worked for you, and the minute that you're not in favour, in power, or indeed can't pay them, they turn the knife and twist on you. You know what I'm saying? Now, as I pointed out in that recent long-form video about Meghan Markle, she knows all too well how Hollywood works. I told you, if you've not been lucky enough to see it yet, exactly how they set up the paparazzi shots, and then of course make sure they stand a certain way, agree a certain period, so that when that paparazzi has the right picture, the one that's sellable to the marketplace, the digital platforms, then that's exactly the deal. That's the plot. You get the picture. I remember an actress a few years back now who was in a play at the Theatre Royal in the Haymarket, right? Sienna Miller, currently the face of Marks and Spencer's, rather shockingly, I might point out, but there you go. And basically she could have parked right outside the stage door, but she got her driver to park a little bit further back and then pretended to run the sort of gallant of paparazzi photographers outside so that they could get the picture. But she looked stressed and, dreadful. But you could have easily walked in. And also there was another side door. You see how this works. All about what they want, really. Now, what Meghan Markle wanted was something a little bit like this. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for joining me today. Nice to have your company, whatever you're doing. You all right? It's not bad here, nice and fresh looking, isn't it? Not bad, yeah. It could be worse, could be raining. Apparently they said, I love the phrase, don't you? We might be getting some snow. You think, way too early for snow, don't you think? December's the time, maybe for about 2 days, then clear up. Possibly the 24th, 25th, and then let's all clip back into spring. You agree? Now, let me explain this, because this is becoming something of a, interesting story that's developing. And I wanted to share this with you first, because as we now know, the now defunct electoral sort of campaign for, of course, Kamala Harris is really losing the wheels. That's all because, of course, celebrities were paid colossal amounts of money, including Oprah Winfrey, for millions, just to agree to appear and interview Kamala in one of those town hall events. Not the only one, of course. Other celebrities were also offered money to endorse. I don't know why people are shocked. This has gone on for years, but now, of course, in the Freedom of Information Act, you can find all of this particular information out very, very quickly. A lot of money, though, isn't it, to try and buy friendship, to con the public, whether you agree with it or not, whatever side you're on. It's basically conning it by saying, I'll say whatever you want if you give me $1 million. You know, the sort of thing. I mean, Lady Gaga came out in support of Kamala Harris, and really, one might suspect she should have shut up, given with the fact that her latest movie with Joaquin Phoenix, Joker, completely bombed. How well did that work? Figure out, right? But according to a very well-placed source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, Meghan Markle was very aware of this that was going on, literally in America. As I said, no secrets in Hollywood whatsoever. And according to that source, who now no longer is in their employ, Meghan was hopeful that she may have had a reach out from Kamala herself. You understand, right? So the thing is, if you remember a couple of years back when Harry and Meghan sat on a bench basically saying it's everybody's duty to vote, do you remember that? And then Meghan very famously pictured with a vote badge on. Well, you'll notice how quiet and how reticent she was recently. Well, that, according to that source, was simply because she was waiting for the call, the mega call, the big bucks call to, do you want to get involved? And apparently that call never came. And obviously, no money, no Meghan, as we've seen many times before. Now, I'm not suggesting that this was the case at the end of it. Perhaps she could have even come out under her own steam. But given the fact that there was so much money slushing around, it would have been curlish not to offer Meghan Markle a substantial fee to turn up if they'd have wanted her. But clearly, Kamala Harris decided, they didn't want her. They had enough with the likes of Meghan's so-called friend, Beyonce and Oprah Winfrey. Why no Meghan? That begs the question. And that's one, apparently, that's really offended Meghan. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.